Hi guys, good morning, happy Monday. Welcome to another episode of Motivation Monday. My name is Jane. Rewind. Hi guys, happy Monday. Welcome to another episode of Motivation Monday. My name is Jane Bai. I'm so glad to have you having tuned in. This is episode 6 of Motivation Monday. If it's your first time here, karibu sana. If you'd like to catch up with us, please just go on my channel. You'll see under playlist. I have created a playlist for Motivation Monday where you can catch up with the first 5 episodes. So today we are discussing something very common, social capital. We always hear of social capital, but what exactly is social capital and why is it important? How is it linked to networking, and how does it help us improve professionally? So I have my notes here, kama kawaida, and that's what we are going to be using to discuss today's topic. So I'll go on ahead and start by explaining what is social capital. Social capital, so this, I got two definitions, actually three. The first definition from Google: the networks of relationships among people who live and work in a particular society, enabling that society to function effectively. The other description is: social capital is a glue. It's an important source of power and influence that helps people to get by and get ahead. The other reference on a different book, guys, I do my research well. It says that it's the value that you give or get with the people that you interact with. And social capital is important because, of course, it covers broad areas of our lives. It could be your professional area, it could be your religion, it could be your social media. So you can basically apply social capital in all these areas. And I wanted to look at why is social capital important. Now that we know what it is, it's basically the glue that connects us with the people that we interact with. But then we usually interact socially. I think mostly our capital, our social capital, is we interact for the social aspect of it. But then how do we strategize this capital so that it benefits us at the end? So why is social capital important? I have some points on this. Number one, it allows people to work together and access benefits from social relationships. Number two, it creates new forms of information exchange. Number three, it increases the level of trust and reduces transactional costs. Number four, so this is now applies in different stages. So if it's for a company, it means that their social, if they invest in social capital, then it improves the employee retention. If it's for the church, it helps keep the congregants engaged. And if it's for you as an individual, it helps build your confidence. So how do we build social capital? Now that we understand what it is and the benefits of it, let's now get into the work. How do we build this social capital? So of course, there's different ways of building social capital, and this of course will depend on your end goal. Why are you investing in this? Why is this important for you? What do you want to achieve from it? And I think then that way you're able to pull the different ways in which you can invest in your social capital. So number one, of course, is network proactively. Networking is really not built for everyone. It seems easy that you just go into a space where there's people and you network and you exchange business cards and that's it. But I think social capital is really more than that. It is more than exchanging business cards. It is more than attending breakfast meetings. But this is the essence of networking proactively. It means that you are not only giving out that card, but you're proactively going after the outcome of giving out that business card, of attending that breakfast meeting, of meeting different people in different social settings. You have to make sure that you are proactive. You are doing it proactively because you're working toward a strategized goal. Number two, of course, as we have said, be strategic. You, of course, have to be strategic. What's your end goal? Why are you doing all this? Why are you dedicating time to do something? Because then it means that you are doing it in a strategic manner. The other thing is, of course, creating a diverse network. So you also have to find ways to create diverse networks. It could be for relationships, it could be for professional gain, it could be for social media growth, it could be for all these different angles. And of course, the different angles then require different strategic plans to be able to achieve great social capital. Then also, for some of us who are introverts, I actually did a test, guys, and the test came out as, I think my result was I am 89% introverted. Introverted. It's actually good to know yourself. You can do those individual tests to be able to know where you sit. I think that also helps you know how to strategize your how you can strategize your plan so that you are able to sustain a healthy social capital. So of course, then you have to know yourself. So that says that set aside dedicated time to network. Of course, now, especially with COVID, we worked from home, so we got comfortable in our little bubbles in the space, and so we find that most times you're not going outside, but it is important to set time aside to go out there and network, because it's the only way you also just remain informed. You also know what is happening, you're able to state your case, and you know, like, a lot of opportunities would not pass you because you're creating time to intentionally network with people. Then the other thing is keep in touch with former colleagues and al alumni, or maybe let me just say with former colleagues. It's also important and necessary. It's like a necessary step or a necessary way to grow your social capital is to sustain and maintain the relationships that you have had either within your career path or just within your life. Also with friends, you realize that most of the friends you have, especially when you grow older, are those ones that you stuck with from a younger age, and those ones that you had aligned goals, or somehow you align. You find that those people you have kept together. So that's also some form of social capital. Also, the other thing is be willing to say yes. I know this one also needs a little bit of tackling, but it's just generally have a sense of a positive attitude. Be willing to say yes, be willing to try new things, be willing to put yourself even in those uncomfortable tables or in those uncomfortable settings where you're not comfortable networking, because being willing to do that will open up your social capital base. It will give you an opportunity to grow yourself further. So the other thing is get comfortable with introductions. Get comfortable with introductions. Introductions are usually not fun, especially for introverts like me, or personal. That's just my personal experience. But it's good to get comfortable with introductions, regardless of whatever setting you're in. So that means, how do you introduce yourself? How do you present yourself? Whether as a brand or in your professional career, what are you growing? Because now the way you introduce yourself will also help you attract the right people who can help you who can help you build your social capital. So another interesting thing that I got to learn is that men will network to obtain something. So for men, it's more specific. Like for a man to leave their house or their office and go to a particular space, or go to a particular party or a breakfast meeting, it is they already have an objective. There's something they want to obtain. Whereas for women, we network for relationships and connections. So for us, mostly the reason why we network is so that we can sustain relationships and also connections, which is also a good thing. I think it just works both ways. But then in this case, I guess it means then we need to find the balance between finding those relationships and connections, but also working with a strategic goal of obtaining something in the end. And it could actually be obtaining something or also giving something. So it's not one-sided. It's not about what you can gain, but also what you can give on the other end of the divide. So the last thing, of course, I'm going to read from my notes I had written. We are frequently taught about the importance of networking, but not necessarily taught how to network in a strategic manner to support our career aspirations. So you find that you're actually very good with networking, you're good with people, you have quite a good, you can even say 80 to 90% social capital, but then it's the kind that is not helping you just because you have not strategically planned it well. So I guess there's like a plan to applying this social capital. It just doesn't happen. And there's also a way you can help yourself to, when you're putting a strategy, you're able to say, okay, the reason why I'm attending XYZ event is because my goal is to achieve this by the end of this event. The reason why I am meeting with this person and this person is because from that conversation, I want to be able to have communicated something, or maybe a plan, or maybe, you know, it could be anything. The reason why I'm going to have a breakfast with this person is because I would like them to share more on this. So just like we said, the importance of social capital, it increases the level of trust. So it means that people are able to trust you faster, and also it reduces transactional costs. So because there is trust between these two people or two individuals or maybe a group, then it is very easy for someone from that group to actually point out another person from the same group, either for a career opportunity or for a talk or for a conversation. It reduces the transactional cost between, I know there's this project, it requires this person, and I know this person from this group because we usually network and talk about those specific things. So it's good to be strategic about building our social capital, as well as understanding why it's important to have one in the first place. And this is not only just about career aspirations, even in I can imagine if I bring this to a Christian setting, even in churches, it's very important for churches to also work strategically to attain a beautiful social capital for their congregants. And I do applaud the churches that take opportunities to do things like maybe couple dinners or singles outing event or teenager outings and stuff like that, because that provides an opportunity for the congregants to be in a social setting where they have the same beliefs, they have the same reasonings when it comes to how they understand maybe the word of God or how they interpret things in life. And so that also is some form of social capital for a religious setting or for a Christian setting in this case. It can apply in many other ways. Even for families, it's important to invest in social capital even within the family, because you find there's families where people really rarely meet and talk unless there's like an event or there's something happening. But how you can create social capital is also just looking at the things that make sense in terms of age brackets when it comes to, I guess, the family setting and stuff like that. And also it just creates an opportunity for people to be free while they are within a family setting, because then you're able to know, you can build trust, if that makes sense. So social capital is really just a wide topic, but today I just wanted us to understand what is it, what are the benefits of it, and why is it important, and the steps you can take to strategically work on your social capital, because it's going to be very important. It's the glue that connects you to a lot of things. It's the glue that connects you to a lot of people, and it's also the glue that allows you to connect with others. Not necessarily, I guess it says it's a give or take. So as I said, not just that you benefit, but also to see what you can give on the other end of the divide. So that's it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for clicking. Please let me know in the comment section if this video was helpful. Please give it a thumbs up. Please remember to subscribe. I really, really do appreciate the support you have given me so far. Also want to thank you for always tuning in, for your comments, for your support. I really do appreciate it. Well, have a beautiful week and see you next Monday. Bye.